Alrighty, let's get started. Boop. Camera. Never get this camera right, I don't think. Oh, that's not too bad actually. Alright, busy week, but we're here. Survived. Posed. Just some editing to go, and then we will do. I made a little bit of a list, so still need to move some bits of this model around a little bit. Like I want to move this so it's not so lopsided up there. And we'll have a final look around the model, just make sure everything's like, get rid of all this, make sure this is okay, and then what else I need to do, and then create the base, so the base with the rocks, and then subtract this model from the base so that we get make this, the base of this model flat, subtract that from the base so that we get a perfect inset, and then we'll hollow out this guy so that we're not wasting a heap of unnecessary resin, and we'll do the same for the tail. The tail geometry rise is fine. I'm not going to change any of this. I think this is all good. It's also flat, so it's good. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's just go through everything here. So the obvious one was this section. And we're going to just what's been going on with me? Been building the Tyranids. So I had these guys as part of the Typhon box that needed building, so that they're kind of ready for next. Oh, I don't know actually. I'd have to check the calendar. Yeah, maybe next Sunday we've got a stream coming up this Sunday for the painting, which will be focused on the larger Skaven stuff. And then once they're done, we'll prime the Tyranids. They're primed white, and I've got a few bits, like I've got a few bits there too, but I've got like little sections still on sprues of parts that I can test, so I'll keep them on the sprue. I'll give them a spray and then test them that way as well. Test out the contrast paints I got. But yeah, all coming together. Just gotta make sure this guy can fit in the print space and still be a reasonable size. certainly very asymmetrical now that we've like moved, given the done the posing and everything like that, which is good. This is all looking good. I feel like this part probably was fine when it was not posed, but we're gonna just move it back. And we might think any blobby parts of it should be lower down here. Yeah, that looks good. Big sort of drip piece there. Just kind of make sure that where the eyes are is roughly the same as well, because they did get a bit of a hit. I think that's fine. We might just bring this one down, or maybe this one up a little bit. Yeah, that's probably better. Just get rid of where this is folded over to. Okay, I think that's fine. We'll just put all the subtools on too. Again, one day I'll actually learn how to use these so that I don't have to do this manually. I'm sure it's easy enough. I'm sure you just select something and put it in a category, but on the off chance that that's not how that works, we'll do this. Because the other thing I want to do too is I made a base. You could probably see it in this picture, and it was okay, but it's not quite what I was after. I want to make something more like these ones. So they have like a lip, but obviously flat, and it's kind of good if you have terrain pieces that, you know, there's a little bit of an edge, you can kind of hook the base on that. Whereas the one I made for him, I think he's in the cupboard, is flat and yeah, not a fan. So are all this on now? Okay. Looks like that's all on. That looks like rocks and base stuff, so that's fine. We moved one of the eyes, didn't we? Which one was it? This one? I think it's fine. We'll just cut in the eyelid part a little bit here. I feel like this is still a little bit sunken. Maybe needs to come out this way as well. And then we might just okay. So he's looking pretty good. Let's check the mouth. That looks fine. So what I'm gonna do, I don't really want to touch the front here. I'm gonna move this down. Because we'll make a cut to have a flat bottom there. Just move this side down a bit too. So let's save that. So we need to add geometry, do our final pass. I just noticed that like there's a little, oh no, that's not too bad. I was gonna check before I started too. I've got some stuff coming from Amazon. Okay, so that seems to be the same. I'm pretty sure the Ozpost one's the same. Yeah, I got a Ozpost tracking, and for an item that I know is probably still either like in transit from the UK probably still in the air. But they must just create the label for shipping early so that they are ready when it arrives, which is nice of them to do, I suppose. Just trying to get rid of any obvious signs that we've bent this out of shape. I think that's fine. Alright, let's go geometry and then we can fix up all the stuff in the mouth. That's probably fine. Perfect. And then the same for these two slants. Do this one. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. This all looks fine. Yeah, this looked a bit weird. So let's just bring that back in. Just add back in some of the definition on these. Probably just move this in and make sure that these are snug. They all look good. And we'll just check the eye. This eye is out a little bit too. This. I'm going to push this one in a little bit. I think that's more even. Perfect. So let's save that. Okay. So we'll merge all. Okay, let's file save as merge. Because I think we'll merge cut hollow, no, merge cut boolean hollow. Okay. Let's merge down. Okay. So I've just got to be careful, make sure that when we're getting close that we don't merge the tail in. So that's great. And then we'll dynamesh for like 300. Perfect. And then we'll go trim, and then we'll make and that gives us our flat surface. So let's file, save as. Actually, that can still be one. Alrighty. So we'll do the same with the tail. As I said, there wasn't any movement we got rid of all the bends and everything looks good, so we will go merge down and we'll merge all this down. Perfect. And we'll set that to 300 and something. So now we have a lot less tools. So let's bring all the rocks in for this guy. From the front, we'll just roughly place these and then we can move them around. Like I said, it's probably best that they intersect a little bit because we're going to be subtracting the model from them. We'll also move them up so they're all at the same height roughly. Okay. We basically don't want any gaps. So we do have a gap here, but let's move this one first. We obviously don't want this to be So again, we're trying to make this one piece. I made this as well, and we'll use this to kind of sit everything on and kind of use it as a little bit of a gap fill as well. So that'll probably sit somewhere like that. Make it a bit thinner. So actually what we will do is we will, let's just hide all these. Oh no, wrong way. Let's hide all this. And then we'll move this so that it's pretty much in line. You know, to our best abilities with where it's going to sit. We'll do this one at a time, actually. So this guy will be like this. So what will happen is we'll do another cut like this once we have everything in place to make a flat base that you can glue onto a base. But all these rocks will need to cover basically all of this. Okay, this guy. He'll be probably like that. Next one. Perfect. Next one. Cool. How many more do I have? This one. I'm guessing that's on this side. Yeah, cool. So we need some spots to fill. So we might take that one, pop him there. Kind of use it this direction. And then we want something here, maybe this one. And we'll just pop that here. That looks fine. So let's and now we'll go version 2. And we'll just move this disk up. So we're just going to move any of the edges that aren't covered. And if it still needs to be used a little bit for gap filling, we will, but for the most part we want the rocks to shine through first. So that's looking fine. That should be fine too. Alright, so if we go that's everything. Perfect. So now we have our base. And then we will go brush, trim, and then still see some of the plate underneath, so we'll just trim that as well. And then we have our flat base. So like these little sections here. And then we'll just patch up any bits that are a little weird. We might just do this, might be easier. That looks fine, that's fine. Well, what we'll do, so like for this area that we want to model in a little bit, we'll just mask it off. So it should still keep the shape. Perfect. What I might do is just do another trim. It looks like we just don't want any holes, that's fine. Perfect. that's all good. So we've got our base, we've got our worm. Now we need to just subtract the two. Let me see if I can actually remember how this works. So let's go, I'll save as 2, yes, okay. Okay. So we're going to make a duplicate. We're going to move that up. And then I think we do this. We're going to turn this might crash. I should have turned the other one off. Okay, that's not too bad. So, what do I have selected? So how do I know that this is working? There we go. Oh, thanks, anime is good like. Yeah, I appreciate it. Still kind of like learning a few bits and pieces, but just trying to make a cutout for the model to sit in on this base. I think we're doing okay. So I think if I move this imaginary thing up, except I don't want to do that because I've just, oh actually, yeah, it is, it's hard-ish, just got to play around with it a little bit, but yeah, so far so good. Pretty much just get the model into this position, and then what I can do is I can move these edges around once I am committed to the shape. I think that's okay, but these holes are giving me a bit of anxiety, so what I might do is we'll move that up. Maybe to there. And then we'll get rid of this. Delete. And then we can duplicate. Okay, hide. Okay. Alright, let's just see if this works. So if we select this, then I think if we go make Boolean mesh. So the model I'm making is, I'll show you once I put this in here. So it's like a worm, so it's got a head, body, and then a tail, and it's supposed to be made of or resides in like lava or molten, the molten core of a place, and obviously bursts out of the ground to attack its enemies. So yeah, just trying to make a miniature for that, and making some other miniatures. So this Keystone Guardian that is on the screen now. It's one of the miniatures that I've made, and hoping to make a lot more. Just some fun things for people to paint and play with for whatever, D&D or what have you. Thank you, I appreciate it. You play D&D or just thought you'd check it out? Yeah, big into Warhammer. We'll be doing, I don't know if it'll be this weekend, but at one weekend I've got quite a lot of Tyranids to paint up, so I'll be doing that at some point as well. But this weekend I'll be painting some Skaven from Age of Sigmar, trying to get through all my backlog of things to paint, and there's definitely a lot of rats that need painting up. Okay, so that didn't work. I'm wondering if I put in the right model. Oh, maybe that's it. I think this will work. I just need to get this off. To print this guy, I'm not sure. It'll be in parts, so there'll be the head and body as one part, this base as a second part, and then the tail and its base will be a part. But I think the largest piece, so the head, we're probably looking at like 3 or 4 hours on a resin printer, probably printing at about the size of a can, like a big can of drink. So this is 500 ml can, so probably about that big. And then what compared to a Tyranid, sort of about that size. Yeah, because I'll end up hollowing it out as well, so there'll be less resin for it to print. It is based off layer height though most of the time, so yeah, I've just never printed anything that tall before. I mean, this Keystone Guardian, he's probably no bigger than, he's probably about the same size as a Terminator, maybe like a little taller. So I think he took two hours, something like that. So now can we do this? Okay, I think this has worked. So I should, okay, good. So now I've got, how many viewers you got today altogether? Just you. Just you for today. But that's fine. I've only just started streaming this kind of stuff, so you know, time will tell. But it's just for fun, and I want to keep a log. It's good for me to keep a log of the progress, because it's all going to start leading into developing my own tabletop game, hopefully, if people enjoy it. So thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's all on notepads and scrap bits of paper at the moment, so I am trying to write it down as its own document. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it's a little different than everything else on the market, but yeah, you just never know what people will enjoy and what they don't. So yeah, we'll just see. Yeah, not 100% set on a name just yet, but the working title is Archgate, and the point of that is it will be, I don't know if you've played D&D before, but a lot of the combat in D&D is usually like a group of monsters or like a big monster versus the party of people, which can range from 2 or 3 to 5 or 6. So I'm sort of consolidating that down to a 1v4 situation where a game master, thank you. So a game master will run the opponents for a group of, for 3 other individuals who will play individual characters, and it will play out kind of similar to D&D, but with some differences, and then in stages. So the stages get progressively more difficult, but your character levels up during those stages as well. So if you've played, you said Warhammer, but I'm not sure if you meant 40k or Age of Sigmar, but it would be similar to a Crusade through 40k. Yeah, so similar to that, but on a way smaller scale, where each individual player gets, you know, item and gear from like a table of gear that they can get for each of the characters. But the reason it's called Archgate and what I'm hoping for is that it will incorporate all kinds of fantasy, so not just like medieval fantasy, but sci-fi, Western fantasy, and you can mix and match different things from different settings so that it has everything for everyone, and not just limited to sci-fi like 40k is, or, you know, Age of Sigmar that's mostly limited to sort of fantasy, traditional fantasy. Yeah, I mean, it is just me making it. The goal is to do a play test with some people that I know like in, you know, real life, within the next, 6 months since the start of the year, so sort of June, July, and then start doing some more public testing, hopefully at game stores, and yeah, just see what the reaction is to the game itself. See, make some tweaks if there are things that need to be changed, and take some feedback, refine the concepts. But in the meantime, while I'm writing everything down and creating the rules and everything like that, just smashing out as many models as I can. So obviously Keystone Guardian done there. This guy's quite large of a model. This is a more traditional D&D miniature, and I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera, but we've got a treasure mimic as well. There we go. So he was model 2. Literally basically just making whatever I like the look of, but I do need to start working on some hero characters as well. So that'll be the focus, I think, after this guy's done. Yeah. Well, hopefully people won't have to wait too long. If everything goes to plan, it will be a product that people can download and print themselves. Because manufacturing something like that is crazy expensive. So if people can make it themselves with their own 3D printers, then yeah, that's the hope anyway. If not, then starting with like trade shows. Yes, and I think it's becoming more common for people to have them. I mean, not ultra common, like it's not something like a microwave or an oven that people would have, but I think more people are starting to get them, which helps me. But sharing the files around to someone that has one so that you can all play. So I think that looks good. Let's save. Yeah, thank you. Yes, I hope people share the same vision that I have as well when it actually, you know, goes out to the public. But that's probably 12 to 18 months away, unfortunately. I'm just adding a little bit of a gap so that it's not so snug for this model to fit in. I think that'll be fine. I mean, I could put that up. I could put this up to print, I think, but I do need to make him hollow. So let's just save quickly, and then we can get rid of this for the moment. And now we need to make this hollow. So what we'll do is make like a insert for him. Where did you go? Oh, cool. Yeah. Very popular games. Have I played? I think I might have played Fortnite, and I've definitely heard of Genshin Impact. I assume that's the same Genshin. Again, very, very popular game. Just not one that I've personally got into, but I know a lot of people who have, and they've said it's quite good. I just don't have the time for something like that. It's a big sort of MMO-ish game, isn't it? So I'll show you in a second, but I'm making like basically like a hollow tube, or rather a tube that I will use to hollow it out, so that I'm not printing all of that resin that doesn't need to be there. So if I do this. don't want it. I don't want it to. It doesn't have to be too complicated, but I just need it to. Sort of be big enough so that I can sort of reduce some of the size of the amount of resin that I'm going to be printing this out of. Actually, I have a good example of a model that has this in it. Except it's never mind. It's glued to the base. Actually, these will do. So this is the base of a little piece of terrain. So I'm kind of just hollowing it out like that, so that we're not printing a heap of plastic. Yeah, and the slicing program, which is the 3D printing software that sets it all up for printing, it kind of gives you a rough estimate of the cost and the time that it'll take to print. Okay, so that should be fine. So how do we do this again? So not that way. This way. Oh, thanks for the follow. I need to move that. That's not in a very good spot with the chat. Let's move that. We'll just pop that there for now. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. As you can see, look, it's hollowed out the part of the mesh that we don't want anymore. Ooh. So if we hide that, oh, wait, what did I do? There we go. So if we select this and then do that. And then append this, that. Oh, no problems. Again, thank you so much for popping by. The schedule's usually pretty accurate, so feel free to drop by on those days that I'm streaming, and I'll be making more miniatures probably, or painting. Enjoy the rest of your day. It would be your day now in the UK, so enjoy. That was good. Good to have someone pop by. So, and that's let's oh, sorry, I missed your message. Yeah, see you later. Have a good day. Thanks again for stopping by. Anime is good like. Alrighty. Export Molten body base. Let's see if this actually works in the slicer. So this is the program that I use to create the 3D prints. So I know this is going to be very small because I already did a test of this before I made the final model. We're pretty much just going to scale it up as big as possible, but I will actually get my tape measure out and use that. Oh, that's the base. That's not the part that I want. I want this. I have to remember what size I scale this up so that the base is scaled the same and the tail is scaled the same and everything is scaled the same. So let's not pizza. Notepad, please. Not sure what that's for. Okay. Oh, one hole, fine. Repair, please. So on the y-axis at the moment is sitting at 7 mils, which is not very big. We probably want it to be let's do so my printer can't do that. That's fine. So let's go 1. Cool. So for 150 millimeters, which is 15 centimeters, which is quite big, it will take oh wait, yeah, we need to do the supports. So do I actually want it to be 15 centimeters tall, or do I want it to be smaller? So how big is the can? Oh, can is about, okay, so it'd be about that tall. So if we went down to like 13, let me get the other miniature, and then we can work this out. I swear I had the miniature like a minute ago. Where'd it go? Oh, I know where I put it. Sorry, just trying to work out the size of this dude. Okay, so Keystone Guardian is 50 mil. So double that would be 100. Let's do 120. So 120. Oh no, it is 153, 1,532.46% larger. Okay. So I don't think I can also get the base in, but let's just see. So let's scale that percentage. So just out of curiosity, can we even get this in here? No, but if we print it on an angle, so that'll definitely print on an angle, just about. So that definitely will need to be its own print, that's fine. So let's delete that. Let's put this guy back in the middle. So, preparation. Medium size auto generate. Okay. What if we do heavy? No, I don't like that. We'll do medium. It is a bit more supportish, but I think that'll be better. Now, I know we can't really change the orientation, but how does the mouth look? It's not too bad. The bottom teeth look good. There's a bit in the mouth there. That should be fine. For the size, I think that's fine. Oops. So, no overhang, that's good. So let's export, anti-aliasing on. Anti-aliasing on. Not on supports. And then export. I mean, this is kind of like what we're doing. Keystone 3D models, attributes, Molten, file. So this is saying that it will take 2 hours and 41 minutes, so 42 minutes with the round up. So that's not too bad. At 125 millimeters height, so that's adding the supports on the bottom. Estimated resin volume on plate 1. 2,500 layers. So what? So if I smash this out now, 3 hours, that'd be midnight. As much as I would love to start, I don't think so. I think what I would do though is sorry, kind of zoned out there a little bit. There we go. So that's the molten worm model, well, test done. Let's do a new scene and we'll do the base. Okay. So again, scale. Did it keep the so actually what I'm gonna do is rotate it this way. And then this way. I think like that. And then let's prepare some supports. That looks pretty clean, easy to remove. Export. Export. Watch another ad. Perfect. So this one's not as high, but it's getting pretty close. 1800, and the other one was what? What did we say? 2500 or something? This one's just under 2 hours. So the head and the base would be so this is 2 and that one was it 3 hours ish, so 5 hours for the 2. So the tail and the other tail base is about, will be pretty close. So it'd be 10, so you could print 2 a day. I didn't bother making the base hollow, I don't think it needs to be. And then we'll just see. But the good thing is that these big models, I mean, you'd only print 1. So, not too bad. Perfect. And then we'll save that. will be a shorter stream today anyway, so I think we're pretty much set. We've done, let's just open this. So this file's a bit of a mess, but we've got the two main parts done, so we need to do the tail and the tail base, which shouldn't be as difficult, but let's just save as there. I'll do the tail tomorrow, I think, because I will probably, I mean, I can still make the model, but I probably want to do a print first and just see how that goes. Tempted just to put the base, print the base, 2 hours. No, I'll leave it for tomorrow. But yeah, I think that's pretty much going to be it. So tail tomorrow, all the Tyranids are built for painting. So I think that's it. We'll leave it there. Thank you for tuning in. We had 1 new viewer today and 1 new follow, which is good. So hopefully that starts picking up. I do need to start doing more social media stuff as well. And I need to get the Discord going so we can add that in as well. Obviously website still needs some development. But yeah, lots to do. But yeah, we'll sign out there. Thanks for joining, and catch you on Sunday for the paint stream. Alright, cheers.